everybody, I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Dan2x10 on Xbox Live, and this is another exciting episode of the good, the bad, and the ugly for this past week on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. Now, for you guys that have never seen this before, I basically go through one good thing from each show of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, one bad thing from the Raw and SmackDown Live, and one ugly thing from SmackDown Live and Monday Night Raw. And the ugly thing is basically, it wasn't good, and it wasn't bad, it was just like, meh. And now I've got that out of the way and I've explained the rules, I'd just like to say let's get on with the good, bad and ugly for Monday Night Raw. And the good thing to come from Monday Night Raw was that really awesome promo from Paul Levesque. Yes, indeed, it's a response from last week's Raw when Batista returned on Ric Flair's birthday, at his 70th birthday celebration, by beating up Ric Flair until he's unconscious. So beating up a 70-year-old man to get the attention of Triple H. Now, this promo wasn't just any goddamn promo, but Triple H started off coming down to the ring as Triple H, the King of Kings, the Game, the cerebral assassin, the 14-time champion, Triple H. And midway through that goddamn promo, he said, well, you know, you go up, I was going to celebrate the 70th birthday of Ric Flair. In fact, scratch that, we were going to celebrate Richard Flair, which is of course Ric Flair's real name, and he said basically we're going to celebrate the fact that, you know, I've gone through a lot together with this man. You know, we went up and down the road together. Just basically the best promo I've seen in a very long time. And he was saying, well, you wanted my attention. Well, you've got it now. You got my attention. And, you know, Dave, which is, of course, we know that Batista's real name is David Batista. Of course, he was like, you know, Dave, you've got my attention now by beating up a 70-year-old man that was, you know, your mentor, my best friend, my, you know, a Hall of Famer, a two-time Hall of Famer, and, you know, you got my attention. Oh, yeah, wherever you will be, I will be there. If it's a movie plot, if it's in if it's at your house, heck, I'll even invite you to my house. Yeah, if that's where you want it, you're gonna get it. He's saying that he will beat the living shit out of Dave Batista. He ain't gonna beat the living shit out of Batista, the animal, you know, former WWE and World Heavyweight Champion Batista. Oh no, he ain't gonna beat up that character that he plays in the WWE ring and the wrestling world. Oh no, he's gonna be Paul Levesque beating up Dave Batista. It's gonna pour. That was such an awesome promo from Triple H, or in this case, Paul Levesque. I mean, wrestling has become well, at least when it comes to WWE side of things, it has become surreal. It has become freaking amazing. I mean, with all this thing that recently went on with Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch on Twitter by using their real names, and the fact that, you know, that they've told everyone their real names recently, especially when poor old Roman Reigns his leukemia came back 8 months ago, back in January, and which, thank God, it's all gone. Well, it's gone now, and he's in remission, which was a good thing. But during that promo, he told us what his real name was. It's Joe Fatu, I think. That's his name in it. Yeah, Joe Fatu. I think that's his. Well, anyway, you know, with all this going on, we have had so many real names that have been said over the last couple of months. It's surreal. It's brilliant. It's brilliant storytelling. I mean, from a kayfabe point of view, or you can probably put the last bit of dirt on that freaking grave at this point, because my God, kayfabe is dead. Dead. But we are in the new age. We're in a new age of wrestling, especially when it comes to WWE and the fact that they have new competitors in AEW, All Elite Wrestling. So they're trying to take it up a notch here with the fact now I don't even know what's real and what's not real. This is why this was so good. This is why this Paul Levesque promo this Triple H or Paul Levesque promo, realistic promo or pipe bomb promo was such brilliance. I loved it so much. And so there you go. That was the best thing that happened the entire week this week, and that was the good thing that came from WWE Raw this past week. So with that being said, I'm gonna move on to the bad thing that happened on Monday Night Raw this past week. And the bad thing to come from Monday Night Raw this week was Natalya versus Ruby Riott, which, as I said in my last video, good, bad and ugly video, what has happened to the WWE Revolution, Women's Revolution? Yes, as I said, there's been main event matches where we've had Elimination Chambers, the Royal Rumble, we've had Hell in a Cell come from all the Women's Revolution, we've had Iron Woman matches, last women standing matches, we've had all kinds of big main event matches that have been lasting more than 1 minute or so. But when it comes to like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live as of late, it's just been going down to like 1 minute matches. I mean, if you look at what happened on SmackDown with Naomi and Mandy Rose, that was like the entrances were longer than the match, and so in fact the beatdown, with the combination of the beatdown, the entrances, and the match itself, probably 2 minutes long. I mean, we're going back to the silly days of Total Diva matches. I am a bit upset about that. So yes, I would like to say that on SmackDown Live that was also bad. So that which I'm just thought about, which is the Ruby Riott versus Natalya match. Again, the Riott Squad are not doing so well either, because they came up to be alright and they're meant to be causing riots and, you know, having an advantage and maybe at this point be champions, but no, nothing has happened with the Riott Squad since they've come up to the main roster. So with that being said, we're going to go on to the ugly part of Monday Night Raw. And the ugly part, in my opinion, which it's just maybe ugly because it's confusing, but at the same time, we don't know what's going to happen with Dean Ambrose, and that is the Shield reuniting. The Shield getting back together, for me, is, well, It's confusing. Now, they even said on Monday Night Raw, after that whole thing went down, that they acknowledged that Dean Ambrose may not be with WWE after WrestleMania. So they have acknowledged that. So not only but to be fair, they already acknowledged that he's going to be leaving by putting it on the WWE Network. So with that being said, I am a bit concerned whether, and probably there's a lot of other WWE fans out there that are a bit concerned whether that Dean Ambrose leaving the WWE is a work or is a shoot. Which one is it? I have no idea. So with him reuniting with the Shield, in a way, if everyone likes it to happen, they want it to happen, but at the same time, the storyline wise, it makes no sense. Because let's get back to the night that Roman Reigns announced that his leukemia was back. Dean Ambrose turned heel. Dean Ambrose turned heel at the right time, right place against Seth Rollins. And then, breaking up the Shield that was going on at the time. But then if you go back even further than that, when Seth Rollins turned his back on the Shield to sell out to the Authority, are they meant to just forget both those times that the Shield have broken up just for one more time to go against Drew McIntyre, Bobby Lashley, and Baron Corbin at Fastlane? I think the only place that the Shield probably would make sense to be in a team is in a WWE 2K video game. Because, yes, they were an awesome team, and if you want to decide to put the Shield as a team in a video game, that's the only time it will make sense. But when it comes to real life, I am as confused as the next person of why the Shield have reunited here to take on. Are we supposed to forget that Dean Ambrose basically said that in one of his promos on Monday Night Raw that first of all, where the hell is he going to get another Shield vest if they come back in the whole Shield shebang? Because for one, he burnt that. 2, he said that the Shield made him weak. And 3, I kind of can see that it did make him weak, because every time that the Shield's name pops up and Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns gets in trouble, that whole Shield part of Dean Ambrose takes over and it makes him weak. So in a way that kind of makes sense. However, I still don't know how to feel about this, which is why, to me, the Shield coming back together is ugly. Because they're kind of gonna go and get the whole Men in Black thing and go, you meant to forget they ever disbanded in the first place. Forget that Dean Ambrose turned heel. Forget about all this Dean Ambrose leaving the WWE business. Is he gonna be leaving? Is he gonna be coming back? Is he staying? Is he leaving? What's gonna happen? Is this all one big conspiracy theory? I'll get to that another day, because that was the good, bad, and ugly of Monday Night Raw. And so this is when I'm going to go on to the good, bad, and ugly of SmackDown Live this past week. And the good thing to come from SmackDown Live this past week was the United States Championship Open Challenge, because it made me smile. First of all, that R-Truth got a childhood hero of John Cena, even though R-Truth is probably only just older than John Cena, so therefore it doesn't make any sense. But that's R-Truth's gimmick, is that he's a silly little guy that doesn't know. It's ever since the whole Little Jimmy incident. He's a bit wacko and crazy in his head, but that's why I love R-Truth. That's what everyone knows R-Truth, and you gotta respect him. The fact that he had that one last title run with the United States Championship, yeah, it didn't last that long, but still, it was fun as we witnessed the Fatal 4-Way matchup, which overall was great to see these four guys in this matchup, where there was so many times where I thought there was going to be a new champion, and heck, there was even a time where I thought R-Truth would have retained the United States Championship, but it wasn't to be, as Samoa Joe came out victorious that night, and he is the new United States Champion. And my God, I can't wait to see what happens with the United States Championship in the next course of the next couple of months, all the way next few weeks leading up to WrestleMania. Will we see one huge ladder match for the United States Championship? Maybe. Maybe not. But either way, it was a great matchup, and it's great to see Samoa Joe finally winning his first singles title when it comes to SmackDown on Raw, at least, as he's not won any singles championship when it comes to SmackDown on Raw. Yes, I think he's a former NXT champion, and also he's won some titles over in Ring of Honor and TNA, but we are supposed to forget about that. So he's had his final first official WWE Championship singles WWE Championship run as the United States Champion. So that was also good. That's why I thought it was good for that Fatal 4-Way match. Not only there was some good spots, but we've got a new United States Champion again in Samoa Joe. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the bad thing that happened on SmackDown Live this past week. And the bad thing to come from SmackDown Live this week was going off of the very short women's matches that happened this week. And there was a very short Mandy Rose versus Naomi matchup to continue their feud. But as we know that somehow, some way, Mandy Rose managed to earn her way into Fastlane to face Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and poor Asuka. I mean, this is why it's bad, is that she's gonna have to go one-on-one with someone like Mandy Rose. I mean, who the hell is she gonna face at WrestleMania? It's kind of sad that there's no attention going towards the SmackDown Live Women's Championship at the moment, and it's all going towards the Raw Women's Championship. So again, with the whole short matches again, with the women's matches being really short for some reason, I don't get it. It's stupid because we've gotten past that whole short 1 minute matches. At least I thought we did, but obviously, you know, it's back to that whole women's matches for 1 minute type of thing. I mean, I don't know what to think anymore. But there was a point where I was going, yeah, come on, let's finally pay attention to the women's matches again. But now it's going back to the 1 minute women's matches where I could look down on my phone and then look back up and then the match is over. I'm like, oh, really? Did we just see that? So that was my whole feeling about the women's matches lately, and that's why that Naomi versus Mandy Rose is all this bad, got the bad, and good, bad, and ugly on SmackDown Live this week, because it was bad. It was Mandy Rose picked up the victory just by hitting the knee, and then the face breaker thing, what she does as her finisher, which yes, it's a good, so you could at least had a decent matchup, but that wasn't to be. So, that was the bad thing to come from SmackDown Live this week. And then we're going to go on to the ugly part of SmackDown Live this past week. And the ugly part to come from SmackDown Live this week was Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan. Not Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens versus Rowan. So we all started off from SmackDown Live with a promo where Daniel Bryan promo, in which he was doing his usual, I'm better than you shtick. Then Kevin Owens came down, interrupted, and tried to act all babyface, which was really cringy in my opinion, because I think Kevin Owens is a better heel than he is a babyface. So he's trying to get everyone onto his side and trying to reason why he's going to, do it for the whole WWE Universe type of thing. So if that wasn't bad enough, we also then had Rowan try and take out Kevin Owens after that promo, and of course he failed to succeed. So of course he wanted a match. He managed to get a match against Kevin Owens later on the night in the main event, and nothing really good came from it. The match started. Daniel Bryan was at ringside for commentary, talking trash after a couple of moves was done to Kevin Owens. He rolled out the ring because he took a big powerful boot to the face, and he was saying, "There you go, you're a coward." He's out, he's outside the ring because he couldn't face Rowan and all that type of shit. And he was bad mouthing Kevin Owens and egging him on until Kevin Owens snapped, went after Daniel Bryan for a bit, then Rowan grabbed him off, and of course Daniel Bryan then attacked Kevin Owens, causing the disqualification, and then they both started to beat down Kevin Owens. But then nowhere came Mustafa Ali for the save, which to me makes no sense at all. Again, Kevin Owens being this babyface, it's all weird and strange, and I don't like it that when people that are supposed to be really good heels and have done all these heelish things in the past suddenly change their mind and think, actually, you know what, I like the WWE Universe now. Especially when it doesn't work. We all know that something's going to go down at Fastlane, and Kevin Owens will probably win the championship, but Kofi Kingston will come down to say, I want that championship, and probably get knocked out by Kevin Owens at Fastlane after he wins the title. Or we're going to just see this one big fatal 4-way for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Mustafa Ali versus Daniel Bryan versus Kevin Owens versus Kofi Kingston. That's my predictions for WrestleMania. And speaking of which, I'm going to do my predictions for Fastlane as soon as I've made this bad and ugly video. But with that being said, yes indeed, the Kevin Owens versus Rowan match was the ugly part of SmackDown Live, and I know I ranted on for most of this video for some of the bits, but that's just how I felt about the majority for this week's Raw and SmackDown Live. It's because it was very weird at one point, but that was the good, bad, and ugly for SmackDown Live this past week, and also the good, bad, and ugly parts of Monday Night Raw. And so, with that being said, I want you to tell me, what did you think of Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live this past week? And was it good? Was it bad? Or was it ugly? Let me know in the comments section below. I'm Danrvdtree2000, also known as Danrvdtree2000 on Xbox Live. And until next time on the good, bad, and ugly, bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to watch the previous video, click on the video on the left. But if you want to watch the playlist, then click on the video on the right. Also, feel free to click subscribe by clicking on the Master Chief icon on the top.